As these words came out, not only the disciples from the Great Bamboo Peak, but also those from other branches, including those from the Tianyin Temple and the Incense Valley, whose faces showed surprise at the internal turmoil of Qingyun, all changed their expressions. Apparently, even Tia Bai admitted this, showing that there was indeed a hidden story behind Senior Wan, as mentioned by King Song Taoist. King Song Taoist sneered, saying, "Yes, you finally admitted it. You still have a bit of conscience. But how did you repay him? Tell me." Tia Bai slowly lowered his head, his teeth clenched, as if his body was trembling slightly. King Song Taoist laughed madly. "Fine. If you won't speak, I'll speak for you. You shameless person. Senior Wen valued you so much, but when you returned to Qingyun Mountain, knowing that Senior Wen liked Su Are You, the junior sister from Little Bamboo Peak, you snatched her away. Is that not true?" Chia Bai suddenly raised his head, but as soon as he made eye contact with King Song Taoist's almost crazy gaze, the burning flames seemed to engulf him, leaving him speechless and lowering his head again. He didn't speak, but Su Are You beside him suddenly stepped forward and said loudly, "Senior King Song, if you have a problem, come at me. It's true that Senior Wen had feelings for me, but I always respected and admired him. He treated us with such kindness, but our friendship with him was of our own will. It's unfair to say that Tia Bai snatched me away. Besides, Senior Wen himself blessed us in front of everyone." King Song Taoist sneered. Senior Wen was so proud. After being betrayed by you two, how could he cling to you like a commoner? He would rather be heartbroken himself than let others see him suffer. At this point, he seemed unwilling to continue, his gaze piercing towards Taoist ZhuXian, who was injured and panting. His eyes reveal endless hatred as he said, "Senior Wen treated me like a brother and father, nurturing me with care. He even risked his life to save me in the savage land. I owe him my life. But 100 years ago, despite my best efforts, I couldn't save him. Since then, I've told myself that no matter what, I must avenge him." As he spoke these last few sentences, he shouted hoarsely, as if speaking to his own heart, yet also as if facing invisible eyes. Xiao Yi's face turned pale. But what surprised him even more was that the figure he was supporting suddenly pushed him away. Taoist ZhuXian, the leader of Qingyun for 100 years, the supreme leader in the righteous path, walked slowly with his own power, despite his injuries, and the black check growing thicker. His momentum overshadowed everyone. His dark green Taoist robe fluttered without wind. Faintly visible were his clenched fists, even his fingernails digging into his flesh. He looked ahead, standing tall, facing King Song Taoist as if facing an invisible figure behind him, and laughed loudly. Good, good, good. I didn't expect that the events of the past would weigh so heavily on you. Come and try. See if I, your senior brother, am worthy of being the sect leader." He glanced sideways at King Song, then suddenly opened his palms from the clenched fists. Black blood gushed from the wound on his right hand, and the black cha on his face gradually dissipated. However, his complexion became even paler, but his voice became more intense, with a hint of disdain. "Do you even deserve it?" King Song Taoist suddenly burst into laughter. "Yes, you are formidable, and are Qingyun's disciples. When Senior and you are considered unparalleled. I'm no match for you, but someone will deal with you." Taoist ZhuXian's expression became solemn as he said coldly, "Who?" In the main hall, everyone held their breath. The disciples of Qingyun looked at each other, while those from the Tianyin Temple and the Incense Valley, who saw the chaos within Qingyun, looked embarrassed. King Song Taoist's laughter continued, but at that moment, a deep voice suddenly came from afar outside the Yuking Hall. "Friend ZhuXian, it's been 100 years. You're still as impressive as ever. Congratulations." This voice was like thunder, rumbling, and in a moment, cries of battle erupted from outside Tangshan Peak. Chaos descending upon the mountain. Amidst the confusion, someone in the distance seemed to shout, "The demons and monsters of the demonic cult are attacking the mountain." What? All Qingyun disciples turned pale. Taoist ZhuXian gasped in disbelief, pointing at King Song Taoist. You dared to betray the sect and collude with the demonic cult." King Song Taoist laughed madly. "Yes, I colluded with the demonic cult. So what? In my eyes, Qingyun is worse than the demonic cult. I'll avenge Senior Wen, even if it means going to hell, let alone colluding with the the demonic cult. Su Ru's face turned ghastly pale as she muttered softly, "He's gone mad. In the blink of an eye, he found that even his disciples seemed a bit off. Zhang Xiaofan's eyes were faintly red, staring fixedly at King Song Daoist's figure, murmuring as if chanting something. It's him. It must be him.